So we are packing up, ready to hit our third day on the BDR. Yesterday we did about twice as many miles as we did the day before. So we hit about 200 miles yesterday. We had a goal of getting to Leadville. So that was kind of our end destination, and it took us all day to get there. We were on the trail probably from 9 in the morning till about 6:30 at night. We rolled into Leadville. Found a great campsite out on Half Moon. There's quite a bit of dispersed camping out here, so if you're in this area, check it out. It's pretty easy. There's a lot of spots. Today, we're not sure. We're just gonna hit the trail, kind of set a time to be done, and then say around 2 or 3 o'clock, start looking for a campsite. Should be good. So stick around.
It wasn't long before we were making our way up Hagerman Pass. This is a high mountain pass just outside Leadville, Colorado that takes us across the Continental Divide. I've traversed this pass before, and I knew what to expect on the Leadville side. The trails are really rough, a lot of rocks, and makes for some very exciting driving. Hagerman Pass tops out at an elevation of 11,925 feet. Tim and I took this opportunity at the top to get out, stretch our legs, and take in the views before heading down the other side, a slightly smoother road than the rough and rocky trail that we just came up. After completing Hagerman Pass, the road turns into a little bit of pavement, gravel road, and rolling hills before making our way back up to Crooked Creek Pass on our way to Gypsum. After passing through Gypsum, Colorado, we enter into a trail called the Greenhorn Mountain area. The landscape has quickly changed and has a white cast due to the high concentration of gypsum in the soil. After about a week and a half in Colorado without any rain clouds or storms, we are now in an area that is impassable during wet weather. We have now descended into the Colorado River Valley. This section is made up of a combination of paved and gravel roads. The views are spectacular, and we're crossing our fingers that we could find a camping spot on or near the Colorado River. We have now entered into BLM land, and we take a trail off the main road. As it approaches late afternoon, we both agree that it's time to find a camping spot for the evening. We found a great trail, and we're making our way to the top of a ridgeline that we hope is going to pay off with spectacular views of the Colorado River Valley. Unfortunately, as we were about to reach the top of the ridge, the trail dead ends. This leaves us with two options: backing down the steep and narrow trail that we just came up, or figuring out how to get turned around.
How far back can I go? Well, it's the third night on the BDR. We found another great campsite. You can see in the distance, we're overlooking the Colorado River. We found this great ridge line in some BLM land. Just kind of went down a spur trail off of a road down below and just kept following it up and finally got to this great campsite. I'll show you in a second, but we started off in Leadville this morning, probably around 8 o'clock or so. And we went a little further than we thought we would today because after you get through Leadville, going over Hagerman Pass and Buena Vista, there's a lot of switchbacks and it's a little bit rougher road, so it's kind of slow going. But once you get past Gypsum and kind of crossing over I-70, it flattens out. You get on a lot of gravel road, a little bit of highway, and you can make up some big miles that way. And that's kind of where we are now. Right after Gypsum, you basically start following the Colorado River, and it's primarily gravel road. So, 40, 50 miles an hour you can travel by. But we were able to get to camp tonight around maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock, and just take a look at where we are. That's the Colorado down there. And then here's the ridge line that we're on, where we're setting up camp for the night. And then off the other side, kind of just some nice mountain range to kind of take in the views. And Tim has started dinner again for the night. And I believe we're having steak, right, Tim?
Yeah, we're doing some ribeyes tonight. Some nice 1.5-inch prime ribeyes. We're going with the sous vide method again, the modified sous vide using the propane.
Tell me about the rocks.
Yeah, we're having rock soup as well tonight. It just helps weigh them down a little bit, I found, and we have some underneath too to create some space. These are seasoned before we left, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. And we're leaving them in here for about 2 hours. And we'll finish them in the cast iron, give them a nice sear, and it should be as good or better than if we did it at home.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this jet boil.
It's awesome, yeah. We can really dial it in.
Yeah, he's getting it to within a degree of what he needs for the perfect temp.
Yeah.
I would just probably slap it on the cast iron skillet and call it good, but I got Tim along, so we got to do it right.
You do it right, yeah. Guga would be proud.
I think if I bring Tim along on a trip again, I'm going to need bigger plates. His steaks are humongous. Well, today is the fourth and final day on the trail. We are going to be hitting Wyoming today. We're going to be camping kind of up in that area before calling it quits and heading home in the morning. We're going to be going through Steamboat Springs. I think the trail today is going to be pretty mellow from what I've read. A lot of gravel roads, a lot of farmland. Nothing like the passes and everything that we've been hitting so far on this trip. So Tim is making us breakfast this morning. Tim, what are you making?
Bacon and eggs.
My favorite. All right, anything special with this bacon?
Nope, it's
All right.
bacon.
Sounds good. All right, well, we are going to eat some breakfast and hit the road.
Both Tim and I are starting to get that overwhelming feeling that our 2-week-long trip exploring Colorado's backcountry is soon coming to an end. A short while ago, we just aired up our tires for the first time in miles. We're about to head into rush hour traffic, which we haven't experienced since leaving Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Well, that wraps up our fourth and final day on the Colorado BDR. We made it all the way to Wyoming today. I think we put on a little over 100 miles, maybe 130, 40 miles today. And we kind of wrapped up right across the border in Wyoming. This last section, a lot of ranches, a lot of farm, gravel roads, pavement. After doing the majority of the Colorado BDR, I would probably recommend maybe skipping this section. Either start, if you're going north to south, starting in Steamboat Springs. We did skip the first section in the south. You're supposed to start in Four Corners. We started in Telluride. I think that was more just due to the fact that we were coming out of another event, the Rocky Mountain Toyota Roundup. And that just happened to end right near our last trail ride of the day and was in Telluride. So that's where we set out from.
As I go through all this video, it's amazing to think all the variety that Colorado has to offer. A planned route like a BDR is priceless and really makes for an enjoyable experience. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, and ring that bell. See you next time.